Hey, have you heard of Pokemon Blaze Black 2? It's a harder version of Black 2 made by Triano. You should nuzlocke it, it's quite challenging.
Quite challenging? You think that's enough for me?
I thought it would be fun.
I don't need fun. I'm gonna do it without letting my Pokemon ever take damage.
Is that even possible?
And if I'll do, I'll completely start over.
You're insane.
Also, I'm gonna do it without using items in battle, on set battle style, and on challenge mode.
Get a life or something.
What's going on, guys? It's Hyperio, no life Pokemon player, and welcome to Can I Beat Pokemon Blaze Black 2 without taking damage.
By the way, this video literally took over 100 hours to make, so if you enjoyed it, please consider liking and subscribing, and let's get started.
I named myself Hyperio and the rival Sep after my friend Dashing Sceptile, got an Oshawott from Bianca, and with my new friend it was time to... Oh hey Sep, you got a Snivy? Nice, wait, no, oh no, not a battle... Oh, great. In Blaze Black 2, the rival's AI is smart enough to always go for tackle turn 1 instead of lair, making this challenge impossible. But what if I just change his AI to level 1, save, and now I just need to win enough coin flips for Snivy to only use Leer while I slowly take it down. It still took an hour to finally do it, but I definitely prefer this solution over just ignoring the first battle. To avoid any more situations like this, I had to grind. A lot. Luckily, Blaze Black 2 added a bunch of new Pokemon to each route, so we can now find Wild Kricketot, which normally start without attacking moves. However, another thing that got changed was level up moveset, so now it does have attacking moves, which I only found out midstream. Time to improvise. Oshawott can't one-shot anything on this route, so I reset my game, picked tapping instead, and after 4 resets beat Sap again to get to level 7 and learn Ember. Now I just need to find some low level bug type. I said I just need to find some low level. Oh, come on! After a bunch of resets, I finally won the rival fight with a fast tapping so I could run away from most Pokemon on route 1, and after a nerve-wracking grind, it reached level 9 with 15 speed, so we were faster than everything on this route. Because I don't completely hate myself and grinding is risk-free now, I allowed myself to use rare candies instead, and this is also the point where I call an attempt a run, so this is run number 1. At level 36, Tapping was now an Ember with Flame Charge, Arm Thrust, Earthquake and Sucker Punch, a new addition to its lure set in Blaze Black 2. This might be a bit overkill for the first couple trainers, but it was definitely necessary for the second rival fight, because Sep's Tailo had Quick Attack, which is +1 priority, meaning that it goes before normal attacks, but so does Sucker Punch. Because my Ember was obviously faster, it was no problem at all, and the Oshawott got obliterated by a single Earthquake. After streaming for 5 hours, it was finally time for the first gym, and because I was playing on challenge mode, all gym leaders had a full team of 6. That didn't make Sharon much more difficult though, because the only problem was a spit up with Quick Attack, but I just used Sucker Punch and swept the rest of his team with Arm Thrust, getting me the basic badge. There was only a single mandatory trainer between me and Verbeck City, Hiker Jerome. Just Arm Thrust the sturdy Rangorola, Earthquake the Wooper, and Sucker Punch the Quick Attack Riolu, which also had Feint with +2 priority. Back to the start we go. 30 minutes of resetting later and we had another run going. After I beat the first gym again, I could buy Great Balls, and here I had to take a risk. Route 20 is home to Meowth, which with a Great Ball has a 60% catch rate. I threw the ball, closed my eyes, and... I'm gonna hear if it breaks out or not. Please. 1 shake. 2 shake? 3 shake? Let's go! Yeah! 60% chance, we got it. Because I got the experience share earlier, grinding would be safe, so I allowed myself to use rare candies again, and at level 54 it finally had both Fake Out and Feint, so I let it evolve into Persian. For sturdy Rangorola, I could simply use Fake Out to get it down to 1 HP, guaranteed flinch time, and then finish it on turn 2. Riolu's Feint wasn't a problem either because of her own Feint, and I could finally make progress again. The addition of Persian was nice, but Roxy would still be impossible with my current Pokemon. Our Croagunk has Fake Out with +3 priority, and since it's not our lead Pokemon and you can only use Fake Out on the first turn your Pokemon is out, I can't use Persian's Fake Out to counter it. Luckily I didn't need to risk catching another Pokemon because of this clown who in Autumn gives you a Trico. It learned Quick Attack as Trico, Dragon Pulse upon evolving into Sceptile, and finally at level 51 Detect. I picked up a Silk Scarf, slightly boosting the holder's normal type attacks, and at level 54 I was confident Septa could beat Roxy. Trubbish was holding a Focus Sash, letting it survive one hit, but she went for Toxic Spikes turn 1, so it could safely take care of it in 2 turns. Coughing, Golbat and Whirlipede were all easy one-shots, and then came in Krogunk. The strategy was simple: use the attack to block the fake outs and then kill them with Quick Attack. So Viper was last, which had Sucker Punch, but Silk Scarf boosted Quick Attack was just enough for a guaranteed one-shot, getting me the second badge. That was supposedly the end of the run, because in PokéStar Studios you are forced to take damage. However, I said I won't let any of my Pokemon ever take damage, while this Riolu is a rental Pokemon, so the run was still alive, although there were some tricky battles coming up. First, a team-up battle with Sep against 2 Team Plasma Grunts with Sturdy Magnemite and Sucker Punch Raticate. As far as I know, there is no guaranteed way to win this battle, but I did my best to optimize my chances. At this point I could buy Quick Balls in Castelia City to guaranteed catch a bit of, which got the Tech Test Tranquil and Hyper Voices and Pheasant, and at level 83 it would take less damage from Sucker Punch than Sep's Duat would. Hoping that it would break Magnemite Sturdy for me, I went for the Tech turn 1, but he killed the Scorpion instead, bringing in Raticate, the worst case scenario. Luckily, the Raticate didn't go for Sucker Punch and I got through the battle, granting me access to the Relic Passage with Nincada, which again wasn't guaranteed capture with a Quick Ball. If you have an empty party slot and a Pokeball in your bag when evolving it into Ninjask, you also get Shedinja, by far the best Pokemon in damages runs. It always has 1 HP, but we're not taking hits anyways, and its ability Wonder Guard prevents damage from any moves that aren't super effective. In preparation for Berg, I already leveled it up a ton, saving the run against Harlequin and Gary. Both Sceptile and Shedinja could OHKO all of its Pokemon, but I accidentally led with Emboar instead. It could still one-shot all of the Pokemon, but Parasite Effect Spore paralyzing my Emboar and Yanma came in next. My best shot here was switching into Shedinja, hoping they didn't go for Air Cutter, and luckily because of random AI it went for Sonic Boom instead, so Shedinja carried me through the rest of the fight with Silk Scarf boosted return. This is the point of the challenge where in my opinion you enter mid-game, where you can easily one-shot everything, so you only have to worry about like Focus Sashes and priority. Berg's only threat was Focus Sash Livani, but this time I actually had to worry about it, unlike Roxy's Trubbish, so I went back to Relic Passage to catch a Rangarola, which at level 30 learned Stealth Rock and evolved into Poldor. I was told that just like Roxy's Toxic Spiking Trubbish, Berg's Excel always starts with Rain Dance, so I had a free turn to use Stealth Rock. Yeah, no. And before you say that they went for Focus Blast because it one-shots, I specifically got Boulder to level 40 to not die to it. Having a stroke of luck though, Focus Blast missed and I still got off Stealth Rocks. I immediately went into Shedinja because Excel couldn't damage it, and Berg swapped it out for a Scavalier which dropped to Silk Scarf boosted return. With Rocks up, all the other mons were easy one-shots, so after that hard attack at the start, I still managed to get the Insect badge. Time to make more careless mistakes. I thought Emboar could just sweep Colress, but after I took care of Sturdy Magnemite with Arm Thrust, I realized that Metang has Bullet Punch, and Sucker Punch was not guaranteed to kill. This wasn't that big of a deal though, because I could simply bring in Shedinja and easily KO his Rotom Fan on the switch in. None of his other Pokemon could hit Shedinja, but Colress gave me a taste of my own medicine. Porygon 2 traced Wonder Guard. The only Pokemon that could get rid of it was Emboar, so I had to stall him out of all their attacking moves, and when only Recover was left, Emboar could freely come in and finish the battle with Arm Thrust. After all the recent craziness, it was time for a relatively easy Emboar sweep against Elisa. Avoid Emolga's static ability by using Smackdown, KO the Air Balloon Lantern with Arm Thrust, use Sucker Punch for quick attacks of Strika, and Earthquake the Ampharos and Luxray. Galvantula has yet another Focus Sash, but despite Luxray's Intimidate, 2 Arm Thrust hits from my level 100 Emboar took care of Elisa's final Pokemon to get the 4th badge. While I was just spamming through some dialogue, I accidentally went into the battle against Rude unprepared, but luckily Unpheasant outsped and OHKO'd all of his Pokemon. The next gym presented a new problem, Sandstorm, which can damage you each turn if you're not a Rock, Steel or Ground type. To counter this, I picked up a Cloud9 Psyduck to negate all weather effects. After force feeding it a ton of candies, it got Water Pulse, Paddle Dance, I have no clue why either, evolved into Golduck and eventually was ready to take on Clay. At its current level, Water Pulse could one-shot the Spatio Hippowdon, and that was already the biggest threat. Nidoking, Crocodile, Excadrill and Golurk all went down to Water Pulse, and because Seismitoad was last, I just used Paddle Dance to finish the easiest gym so far, so I got the 5th badge. My level 100 Emboar easily destroyed the competition in the Pokemon World Tournament, but then I had to deal with some annoying Team Plasma Grunts. The first ones weren't a problem, but then I had to do multiple team up battles. The one with Sharon went smoothly, but once Sep and I got to our opponent's last 2 Pokemon, I was in trouble. The Mighty Anna had Sucker Punch, so I had to use Detect and hope that Sep's Hammer Rod would KO it. It used Mega Horn and missed. So now I just had to hope I didn't get Sucker Punched and... Hey Bianca, long time no see! I got another good run, just under 200 resets, where I got to Burbank City, got to Trico, and through because I forgot to swap my moves around. It's fine, I can get another run going. I again got to Burbank City, went to the Clown to get my... Cyndaquil? Yeah, I forgot to change the season to autumn, so I got Cyndaquil instead. Next successful run, I came prepared with a bunch of notes to prevent me from ruining the run, so Sep did it instead. Remember the multi-battle in the sewers? Instead of finishing the Magnemite, Duot went for Focus Energy, allowing them to hit my Pheasant. Multi-battles in this run are basically like this.
Hey, that's cool. Can I help?
Oh no, thanks, I'm fine.
After that brutal betrayal by Sep, I named the rival Max instead since he would never do anything wrong to me, but luckily I also came up with a better strategy for this battle. The rival seemed to always target Scorpy with Air Slash turn 1, so this time I used Hyper Voice instead of Detect, so Air Slash could immediately finish off the Magnemite. After one Detect to lower the chances of getting Sucker Punched, I used Hyper Voice again, finishing the battle. Back to the Bug Gym, where I found another way to lose. Apparently, the Ninjask here had extreme speed, which it didn't use the first time, and I used the previous run as reference for what to do. In the next run I accidentally ran into Jerome before catching a Meowth, but because of random AI I still got past him and ended up challenging Roxy with only 2 Pokemon. Her Trubbish went for Gong Shot instead of Toxic Spikes, which I thought was because I only had 2 Pokemon or something, but the following run I did get Meowth, and Trubbish still went for Gong Shot. I did some testing and it turned out to just be bad luck, but with the Meowth capture and the sewers battle, I don't want even more random chances. After failing another run because Meowth broke out and used Scratch, I got back to Burbank City and now had an actually consistent strategy for Roxy. Fake out with Persian to break the Focus Sash, bringing Sceptile while I use a Super Potion and safely finish him off with Dragon Pulse. The rest of this battle and the one in the sewers went the same, so I got back to the Haunted Bug Gym where I this time used Feint Persian to get rid of the Extreme Speed Ninjask. Instead of risking the Focus Blast against Berg, I just got my Emborg to level 96, so even after an Intimidate, I could still get rid of the Focus Sash Vanny with Arm Thrust. Because of Emborg's insane level, it could now also OHKO Horus as Metang with Sucker Punch, so that battle was no problem this time, and it didn't take long until I was back at the Pokemon World Tournament. Unfortunately, just like the Extreme Speed Ninjask, a Snorunt here had Ice Shard, which I didn't have in my notes. Fortunately, I got back pretty quickly and this time I had Persian with Feint for the Snorunt, but I forgot to check if it could OHKO, and it couldn't. I had to hope they didn't use Ice Shard, and they didn't, so we were safe. Now, my strategy for the multi-battle with the rival. I got a Purloin with Prankster, got it up to a 200 special attack Liepard, got a new Pheasant and made it only have Hyper Voice. Prankster gives +1 priority to status moves such as Assist, which uses a random move known by other Pokemon in your party, so here it will always use Hyper Voice. With this setup I could use a priority move that hits both opponents, finally getting me past this multi-battle. The journey to Mistralton City took quite some time because I didn't have any notes for this part of the game yet, but I eventually made it to Skyla unscathed. She fights in triple battles, but I came prepared. I got 2 Swinub and a Joltik, which after another force feeding session all evolved and had Ice Shard and Discharge respectively. With this the gym battle was quite easy. Discharge targets all surrounding Pokemon but didn't affect my ground type Piloswines, and although Skyla also had a ground type and Glide Score, it quickly went down to an Ice Shard and the 6th patch was in the pocket. The first stop before the next gym is Reversal Mountain and oh no, more multi-battles. That one does not look like fun, so let's go the other way. Here, I can make this a single battle, that's better. Even though the Duogong was level 46 in challenge mode, normally it's level 42, and that apparently determines the moveset, so it still had Aqua Jet, while I thought it wouldn't. Run 12, I got through the rival fight with an amazing Tepig, and for the first time since run 2, the Meowth that I caught had Technician. With this and a decent level, Feint could safely deal with the Snorunt and the PWT. With the same shreds, I got back to Reversal Mountain and again went into the fight with Emborg, but this time I used Sucker Punch to take care of the Dugong. Turned out this was a dead end. I still have to do the other multi-battle. I wanted the Torkoal for this, but that brought up a new question. How do I catch a Pokemon that isn't guaranteed to catch? Well, in this case, because Torkoal only had normal and fire type moves, I first got a Flash Fire Litwick, which was guaranteed capture, and since it can't get hit by any of Torkoal's moves, I didn't have to worry about taking damage while trying to catch it. It does protect by level up, which I could use to stall a turn when Wishana broke rather sturdy, and all the other Pokemon were easy one-shots with Eruption. I first had a quick battle against Max, easily swept through him, and then had a battle with him against Insulin, and for me this is the start of the late game. There are a bunch of annoying battles that you need specific Pokemon for, and some battles, like this one, don't have consistent strategies. His lead Cryogonal had a Focus Sash, was faster than Max's Samurott, and had Heal, so I couldn't just protect while Max broke the Focus Sash. However, the real problem is Weavile because of Fake Out. I safely got a Drillbur with the help of Shedinja, evolved it into Excadrill and taught it Earthquake and Fling. If you fling a King's Rock, the opponent is guaranteed to flinch and not move for that turn. With this, I flinched a Cryogonal, allowing Samurott to finish it off, while Swalot couldn't hit my Steel type Excadrill. Earthquake could one-shot all the other Pokemon, but there was still Fake Out Weavile. I sadly couldn't get the TM for Protect yet, and there was no Steel type that both turned Protect by level up and could one-shot all the opponents, so I just had to hope he didn't target me. He did. I literally retried this battle like 20 times just for testing, and I won damages every single time except the one time that mattered. It then took me 170 resets to finally beat the rival again, but the run was looking good. Tepig had great stats, Meowth Technician again, and after a couple hours I was back at the Zinzlin fight. This time Weavile targeted the Electric instead, allowing me to Earthquake and get through another stupid multi-battle. 5 minutes later I got the TM for Protect, and shortly afterwards it was time for the next gym leader, Drayden. There were two problems here, Rough Skin Sucker Punch Draudigan and Focus Sash Hexorus. Most priority moves made contact, so Rough Skin would damage me, and then I also needed a way to break the Focus Sash. Luckily, Mamoswine solved both of those problems. I evolved one of my Ice Shard Piloswines and taught it Ice Cold Spear, a 100% accurate multi-hit move. Ice Shard took care of the Draudigan and the rest of Drayden's team all went down to Ice Cold Spear, so there was just one gym left. Before that, there were some more Team Plasma fights though, but luckily this time it was all single battles. Still, the battle against Zinzlin wasn't easy. His Abomasnow would set up Hail, and he still had to Fake Out Weavile, this time with Focus Sash to make it even worse. I had a plan, but for that I had to catch a Sneasel, which again was not guaranteed, and nothing was immune to all of its moves, so time for a new catching strategy, Protect plus Encore. I got an Emolga with those two moves and started looking for Sneasel. When I found one, I could Protect turn 1, run if they use an attacking move, and if they use a Status move I could use Encore to lock them into that move, not take any damage and safely catch it. Its low kick would OHKO all Zinzlin's Pokemon, it didn't take heal damage because it's an ice type, and for the Weavile I blocked Fake Out with Protect, broke the Focus Sash with Fling King's Rock, and then finish it with low kick. However, that was not the hardest Team Plasma fight here. The Shadow Triad here had a Focus Sash Scyther with Quick Attack, and although I could deal with it with a Ghost type with Fling King's Rock, he also had two Dark types with Sucker Punch. Again, I could not find a guaranteed strategy, so I decided to catch a Shroomish, evolved into Breloom and teach it Mach Punch and Fling. Mach Punch could deal with the Dark types, and for Scyther, I just had to hope they were smart enough to go for Aerial Ace since that would always OHKO me. Luckily my plan worked, so Fling King's Rock plus Return took care of it so I could move on to the final gym. Breloom swept through all the gym trainers, but Marlon opposed a new threat, Speed. His Politoed would set up the rain for a Swift Swim Pokemon, doubling their speed, but surprisingly Sceptile was still enough to outspeed all of them. Fling took care of yet another Focus Sash and the Caracosta, and although Jellicent had a Rindo Berry, making it Leaf Blade not an OHKO, Thunder Punch was still enough to get the final badge. Unfortunately, before the league I still had to finish up some Team Plasma shenanigans. First up was another multi-battle, fantastic. I wanted to get the TM for Sucker Punch, which was on the lower floors of the Plasma Gate, so Max, listen well. You go in there, distract those grunts, yes, good, wait, oh, no, oh shit. We just got immediately thrown into the battle without any preparations, which I reasonably thought was the end, but somehow, because Dodgeclops went for Mean Look and Max was actually being helpful, we made it through the battle. I don't know how, but I'll take it. The next big battle was another multi-battle against Zinzlin, but I could just use Eruption Typhlosion with Protect for Fake Out Weavile and it wasn't a problem. He was definitely pissed about it, so soon challenged me yet again, this time to a single battle. I had evolved my Sneasel into my own Weavile at this point, so that wasn't a problem. Fling broke Abomasaur's Focus Sash, Low Kick and Ice Punch took care of most Pokemon here, and again, I used Protect for Weavile's Fake Out, which this time didn't have a Focus Sash, so I beat Cincelin for the final time. There was also another Colress fight here, but Ember could OHKO everything with either Flame Charge, Brick Break or Arm Thrust, and next up was the leader of Team Plasma, Getsis. First the Shoutouts rights, I guess this shouldn't be a problem. The first one had almost the same team as in Opposite City, but with a Bug Gem Scizor instead of a Focus Sash Scyther, so Mag Punch Braidum took care of that. The triple battle looked a bit intimidating, but I got a scrappy Fake Out Kangaskhan for the Focus Sash Shadow Sneak Bayonet, Braidum handled the Bisharp, Golduck took care of the Weezing and then the Bayonet with Aqua Jet, and lastly Kangaskhan finished the Excelgor. Last up was a rotation battle, which also looked very intimidating at first until I realized this was Shedinja's time to shine. Shadow Sneak could OHKO Ninjask and Gengar, Venomoth had no move to hit me, and Bisharp Sucker Punch would fail if I moved before them. One problem? I didn't, because the Bisharp had a speed boosting nature. Back to the start. Run 15 was interesting for sure. It should have died many times because of dumb mistakes, but somehow made it all the way to the Plasma Frigate. Also, this happened. With making videos. Let's go! First shiny of the run! Challenge! Whatever. Hound Hour. Yo, this is sick! Let's go! Now how do I catch this? It wasn't a guaranteed catch, so I just used my Master Ball since I didn't need it. The run came to the deserved end in the next stream to a random Grunt Skuntank with Aftermath, which I thought didn't have Feint because of mixed info, but it did, so again, back to the start. The next Victorious Stepping was pretty bad, but that didn't end up mattering because of this. Let's go! Okay, this run is dead. This run is dead, but I don't care. I'm catching this Patrat. I don't care. This run was dead anyways. We're catching this Patrat. I took damage while catching it, but as I said, this probably wouldn't have been a run anyways. When I later did make it through the grind, run 16, 17 and 18 all died because Meowth just didn't want to be caught. After losing yet another run to a stupid mistake, it was time for run 20. Because of this Tepig's amazing speed, I only had to get to level 8 and it was showtime. I managed to catch Meowth this time, and after not too long I got all the badges again. Now I haven't used them yet, but let me introduce you to some of the most useful items in this challenge, Type Gems. They don't just look cool, they also give you a one-time 50% boost to a move with the type of that gem. So with a normal gem, my Persian's Feint was strong enough to OHKO that Grunt Skuntank, and it doesn't make contact, so Aftermath wasn't a problem. This run I also made sure to give Shedinja more than enough speed to outspeed any nature Bisharp, so now that we've moved first, Sucker Punch failed and I could slowly but surely win the Shadow Triad battle. I then safely caught an Axew with the ability Rivalry. If it had Molt Break Rate, it would ignore Wonder Guard and could hit Shedinja. And last up from Team Plasma is the big boss himself, Getsis. His Kyurem Black was no problem for my newly evolved Haxorus, and neither was his full team of 6. Rodriguez went down to Earthquake since it's now a Steel type. Fling King's Rock came in handy yet again for Focus as Genesect, followed by a Deadly Earthquake, and since Rivalry gives a boost when the opponent is the same gender and trainer Pokemon have set genders, I prepared for this, and Dragon Claw for my male Haxorus one-shot all of Getsis' other Pokemon. Also, while looking for that Axew earlier, I found yet another shiny, but I kinda forgot to write something about it in the script, so here you go. Little things can annoy me. More than they should. Oh, let's go! Shiny Teddiursa! Yo! Just complain about life and life will give you shiny Teddiursas. Let's go! Quick Ball. That is in guaranteed catch. And there we go. Victory Road has some scary battles in this ROM hack, mainly these two mandatory veterans with Rain and Sand teams. My Swallow still outsped everything on the Rain team though, so Silk Scarf boosted return just swept out with extreme speed for the prankster Whimsicott, but the Sand team wasn't that easy to deal with. Nothing could sweep the entire team without taking damage from Sand, so I had to set my own weather, for which I wanted Obama Snow, but Snover is not a guaranteed catch and I wanted one with Snow Warding, which could even damage the Ninja. I didn't need my Master Ball though, since I could just teach Ninja Sunny Day, use that when I found a Snover, and since it couldn't hurt me with its moves, it was a safe catch. Still, if I just lead with a Bomb Snow, that wouldn't work. If I'm faster, Snow Warning will activate first and then Tyranitar Sandstream, so Sand will be up, and if I'm slower, I'll get Hail up, but then can't outspeed them. To solve this, I also got a Scyther, evolved it into Scizor, and taught it U-turn. With this, I could get rid of the Tyranitar, then immediately go into a Bomb Snow to get up Hail, and finally finish the rest of the team. Rivalry Haxorus with its sheer power managed to sweep Max's full male team, and after that, it was time for the Pokemon League. I thought it was a good idea to commentate on it live instead of doing a voiceover. It was not. You'll see why. Okay, time for the first Elite Four member, Chantal. My favorite battle of the run, by far. I love this battle. It's very cool. Let me show you. So their lead, Sableye. And this is a very interesting Sableye set. What we're gonna do with my Litigant here, we're gonna Toxic. Toxic in the damage run. See, they're trick failed. You might be wondering why that trick fail. Because if you go to my items, you can see that Litigant is holding the Like Mail. And Mail stops it from using Trick. And also, of course, if you enjoyed this video so far, consider leaving a like, subscribing, all the good stuff. I've spent over 100 hours on this challenge, so yeah, I would really appreciate that. But we're just gonna Quiver Dance here, because this thing can't hurt me. And she's gonna spam Recover now, which is kind of annoying, right? No, she's not gonna spam Recover. And now we've done that. Chandelure, it might be a Grass type, but that's why you extra Sensory or Coverage. Click that. Oko, easy. There we go. Dusclops. We go for Energy Ball, Stab Move. Then next up we have Jellicent probably. Yeah. I'm gonna go for the Energy Ball here, even though there's Curse Body. But the extra sensory can Oko everything, so I'm not worried about potential Curse Body. Doesn't even get it. There we go, Lurk. So we just go for Energy Ball again. There we go. Should be just another Oko. It's Golurk. It's weak to Grass. There we go. And Gengar, which is the main reason I got extra sensory. And there we go. That is the first Elite Four member down. Second Elite Four member time, and although I did like Chantal, I really don't like Grimsley. He has 4 or 5 Pokemon with priority. And I have no priority on my Lucario. So basically what I'm doing, I'm just hoping. So here, Zoroark. Yes, it is Zoroark. It does have Sucker Punch. Didn't go for it because I quad resisted. That's why I choose Lucario here. Also another reason, but that will come up later. So Intimidate, leave Aura Sphere. That's also a reason to go for Lucario here because it has special attacks. I'm also running Low Kick. But there's the Crocodile, the real Crocodile this time. Also has Sucker Punch, but still doesn't use it again. So there we go. It's Crocodile down. Now with Tyranitar, this is the main reason why I went for Lucario and not any other fighting type. Because it is immune to Sandstorm. And also the Sand Boost with the Chople Berry that it has would let it live the Aura Spheres. That's why we're going for Low Kick here. Despite the Intimidate, still strong enough because of my attack investment. This Weavile does have Ice Shard as well, but doesn't go for it. Okay, good. I have tested this battle in earlier stuff, but yeah, this Bisharp also has Sucker Punch, but nothing has gone for prior. No, I choked. No. He's gonna go full restore. It's fine. I'm not gonna get paralyzed. It's fine. Okay. I had Fling with King's Rock to flinch this, break the Focus Sash. But we're fine. Okay, Caitlyn should be a lot easier than that. Not gonna give me any heart attacks. There is just one button I need to click here. Well, there's one special button. I can click Crunch on almost everything. I just need to click Sucker Punch on Metagross. I'm still gonna talk, but I'm also gonna focus on what I need to do. Gonna focus, so we crunch this. That is fine. We get the Moxie boost. Darmanitan, again we crunch. Nothing to worry about, just need to focus. If the Metagross comes in, we Sucker Punch. If the Metagross comes in, we Sucker Punch. I'm gonna repeat this, gonna be very exciting content. It's gonna repeat every 5 seconds. If Metagross comes in, we Sucker Punch. But yeah, we get the Moxie boosts. Sucker Punch would not be enough to Oko it without the boosts. So, because I am I have Moxie Crocodile, so I can use Sucker Punch to Oko the Bullet Punch Metagross. Otherwise, you'd use Earthquake, of course. But it has Sucker Punch, it has Bullet Punch, so we go for Sucker Punch, and Metagross is dead. And then Anticlimax, Gothitelle, which is a Dark type now, but we can still just Oko it with Crunch. Crunch or Earthquake doesn't matter here, but we go for Crunch, get the crit, and absolutely obliterate Caitlyn. And now time for the one battle that actually scares me, because Marshall has a Focus Sash Blaziken and a sturdy Sock. And although I do have a way to deal with that, it's not guaranteed, because we have Haxorus here with Dual Chop, holding the White Lance, so it's 99% accurate to hit. And we do hit against the Blaziken, which is the one that doesn't really matter, because it could also set up, and I would still outspeed it. But yeah, another scary point, this Lucario has extreme speed. And it doesn't go for it. Good. Okay. We got the Lucario, now we just need a 99% hit on the Sock, and we win the run. And we win this run. We Dragon Claw the Heracross, no risk here. Just Oko this Heracross. Okay. We have a Sock. We go for the Dual Chop here. And we hit. Okay, that should be an Oko. Okay, got a bit scared there with Static Berry. There we go. Okay, now we have Throw and Conkeldurr left. The bulkiest Pokemon, but they are last, so it can Outrage, which will do more damage. And with the Rivalry boost, because its Pokemon are guaranteed to be Mill. There we go. Now we have Conkeldurr left. And that is also guaranteed Oko. Didn't even have to click the button. And that is that. Oh yeah, this battle exists too, but not like a battle, it's more a victory lap. And I'll show you why, because Mamoswine just has to click one button, and that's all. Let's get through some dialogue, and very cool music, very cool background as well. I'm gonna yoink that for the thumbnail. But this champion fight, more like a victory lap. It's not a problem. So yeah, we go for Icicle Spear, and that Okos all 6 of Iris' Pokemon. Because even though there is, superior grass type, you don't outspeed me. That's not a problem. Don't even know if this has a Focus Sash or not, but it's not a problem. Yeah, it doesn't have Focus Sash. There's Hydreigon, decently tanky, but Icicle Spear with the Never Melt Ice. Guaranteed Oko, guaranteed 2 hits, fair enough. But there we go. Then Latios, also gonna yoink that for the thumbnail. And that goes down to a bit bulkier than Latios, but not a problem. Then we have Dragonite. Yes, this has Yachi Berry and Multi-Skill, but the first Icicle Spear will break that. So it will be 25, but the next one will be 100%. And there we go, Dragonite down 2. At last, Haxorus, the Pokemon that helped me through most of quite some battles. But Mold Breaker, she doesn't know that a Rivalry is the better ability for Haxorus. And even though it has a Focus Sash, Icicle Spear goes in for the kill. Iris is down, I am champion. And I've done it. I beat Pokemon Blaze Black 2 without taking damage. This was an insane journey. It was hard, it was tedious, it was definitely long, but most of all, it was a lot of fun, and in a way that's very similar to making content. It's gonna take a lot of time and effort, but hopefully I'll slowly figure out more and more, and maybe eventually I'll get somewhere. Yes, it's just a hobby, but it's a hobby with a dream. In the end, although I'm not planning on doing something this extreme ever again, and I'm glad it's over, I don't regret it at all, and I'm just happy that I didn't lose to some random Route 1 poke. Oh, fuck.